Is the title truthful? Well, yes, it is. I'm 24 years old and I've got no friends. Well, I've got this friend in person called Paulo. He is a good friend, so I guess I do have one friend. And, my brother, which is actually my brother, so I should have him as a friend, should I not? I mean, if you have a brother, you might as well have him as a friend, right? I would say my dad maybe, but it's also my father, so I don't think I should count him. Well, basically, I'm 24 years old and I've got no friends. I've got no friends where I go partying with, where I go hang out with, where, we just go drink some beers or go to a lunch together. And honestly, if you have someone that you think is your friend, but you haven't talked to that person in 6 months, is he really your friend? I mean, I got people that I used to call friends, but I haven't talked to this person in years. How is it logical to say that that person is my friend still? So I'm 24 and I've got enough friends. How did I get here? I really think that it's hard for me to have friends. First of all, because I'm very different. I'm a very different person and I feel this way since I was really little. In school, I would stand out in a negative way. People wouldn't want to hang out with me. The guys wouldn't really want to talk to me. The girls, even worse. So I always felt rejected. And that's why I didn't really have friends when I was a kid. Then growing up, you know that phrase? It says like this. You can choose one of both things, one of two things, right? You can either be exceptional or you can fit in. If you're exceptional, it literally means you're different from everyone else. Therefore, you cannot fit in because by definition, you are different than everyone else. But if you fit in, then you're going to have internal conflict because you're not really being the best version of yourself. You're not really being yourself, really. So I see myself as an exceptional person. I'm different in many, many ways in the way I think about things, in the way I think about people, about goals, about my purpose, about animals, about, just about everything really. And if you follow the channel, you have grown to know me a little bit, but not everything because I haven't shared everything on the channel. And I have to admit to you, I don't feel that it's the greatest thing, the greatest feeling in the world to not really feel like you have friends. And many times I feel lonely, like I would like to have friends in person to hang out with, friends that have the same values and morals and purpose or similar goals that I have, so we can actually have something meaningful to talk about, And when it gets lonely, I do what I always do. I just remember my purpose. I remember why I'm here. I remember what is my goal, what is my plan to get there, and I just keep grinding every day. Go through my morning routine, go through the motions, and I know that at the right time, I will find real friends and not just Instagram friends, you know what I'm saying? Or Facebook friends, even though Facebook is not really a thing anymore. So, is it the best thing in the world to not have friends? No. Is it the worst thing in the world to not have friends? Absolutely not. There's one saying that it's absolutely true. It's better for you to be by yourself. It's better for you to be alone than to be people who are stupid, than to be hang out with people who don't have the same values and morals that you have, and they're gonna make you stupid. The one who hangs out with stupid people will become stupid. The one who hangs out with wise people will become wise. A wise writer said this once, and if you are smart, you know who I'm talking about. So I know that at the right time, I will have real friends and not just friends to tell people that I'm not lonely, that I have someone to hang out with, because that is truly pathetic in my opinion. So what can you maybe learn from this? Because you clicked on this video because of the title. You clicked on this video because you got curious about this. Like, how does this dude doesn't have friends? You know, I've got friends. Well, my friend, by the definition of friends, really, I find it very hard for some reason to consider someone my real friend. You know, for me, a friend is someone that is going to be there for you whenever you need that person, yes. But also, the best definition I've heard another human being saying is, the guy said, you know, if you feel like you don't need to pretend to be someone else, if you feel like the silence is not awkward between you two, if you feel like you don't need to be trying hard to impress that person or to make that person feel excited, then you got a friend, you know. So that is one definition. Also, that person is always going to be there for you no matter what. And that woman is not following me, by the way. She's just behind me, but she's not following me. And also, a friend is someone that you actually know that person, you know. You know, so many people that you start vibing with after knowing that person for like 2 weeks, even 1 week, and then you just start vibing with that person. Like, you like that person, you think you guys like the same things, you have similar hobbies, similar interests, but do you really know them? Like, how do you know how they would act if you were in a certain type of environment or situation or with other people, if you haven't had the opportunity, because you don't know them for a long time, to be in that situation with that person, you know? So many times we think we know someone just because we have this feeling, right? But we don't actually know them. So the one who's calling you friend, you know, for how long do you know this person? Really? So this is just my mindset of friend. And it's what makes it so hard for me to consider myself having friends. Yeah, they're speaking Spanish or something. So yeah, I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. Basically, in this video, what I'm saying is, I've got no friends, even though I'm 24 years old. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. I don't think it's the best thing in the world. It's hard for me to have friends because of the definition I just told you about. But I know that I will have real friends at the right time in my life. Just like I will have a girlfriend, I will have a family, like I will have my wife that I love very much. The ideal woman for me at the right time. You know, whenever I'm financially stable, whenever I'm mature enough to put her or them before me, whenever I create the opportunity, whenever I decide to create that opportunity. So, if you don't have friends, just know you're definitely not alone. Now, there's a difference between choosing to not have friends and not having friends because you're just too shy or nobody really likes you, you know? And what is the difference? The difference basically is if you choose to not have friends, it is in your control. You know, you can go out there, communicate yourself well with other human beings and hang out with people, you know, expose yourself to the world and make friends. But you just choose not to because you're grinding, because you're focused on something else, and because you know, like I do, that I don't necessarily need friends to be happy, right? It's not the right time to focus on friends, and I don't want to accept just anybody in my life just because I feel lonely. No, I prefer to feel alone, to be alone, than to have a friend that doesn't align with my principle, doesn't align with my values, with my morals. So, I hope you take this away from this video. If you feel like you're alone on this, definitely know that you're not. First of all, because there are many people who don't have friends by choice, and also many people who don't have friends because they're too shy. So if you are too shy, or if you don't have the communication skills, or if people reject you all of the time for some reason, just figure it out. Like, why is that happening? Maybe, just maybe, you should show some more interest in the other person's life. Maybe you should just ask them genuine questions about their life, create an above average interest in other people, listen to their responses. Maybe you should learn how to smile more, because that definitely is an attractive trait to have. Whatever it is, if other people did that, you can figure it out. If there's one thing that is not impossible for anybody, is to learn how to make friends. I hope you took something away from this video. I'm trying to go viral, so make sure to like this video if you support me, and subscribe so that we can actually grow this channel to 10,000 people. You can make an impact. I can make an impact if I make my message viral. That's it. Thank you for watching. Remember something very important. You are what you think about. You reap what you sow. Pay the price today so you can pay any price in the future.